All right. Think we're on. I think
hope we're on.
Welcome back to Clownfish TV Live. If you guys can hear us, this is our first live stream in weeks.
Has it been that long?
It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks. Yeah, we don't really do the live streams that much anymore.
Time flies.
Yeah, so welcome back, guys. Welcome. Hopefully you guys can hear us. If you hear noise in the background, that's because we're running a fan because it's like freaking 95 degrees.
And we're not going to sit here in the heat. It's just not happening. I don't care if there's a little buzzing in the background.
Yeah, so we're a little buzzed too. We got our
not yet
mid-afternoon drinks going on.
That's why I don't day drink. You drink anytime.
You should.
I don't want to
drink anytime.
No.
All right, guys. So yeah, welcome back. We got a lot to talk about. I guess we're gonna talk about The Last of Us and the Backlash. We're gonna talk about Sony's wonky ass censorship policies. We're going to talk about, we got some Star Wars news, we got some Disney news. We're going to talk about Eskimo pies getting canceled. Everything's
Hold on,
canceled.
I think my papers, you left them on the floor that printed off with those information.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't know you printed anything off.
Remember I told you I printed these off. Okay.
Okay.
This is what the backlash is funny because some of the Disney quote unquote fans are starting to join the dark side. It's glorious.
They are. So we can talk about that. Do you have an article up for that? Because I didn't
put an article up for that. No.
Okay, so we'll just talk about as we're talking about Disney stuff. And also, guys, we have a new shop. Here you go. If you go to
it's not Teespring.
It's not Teespring. If you go to shopclownfish.com, that's our new official shop. We've got a couple things in there. We're going to be making a lot more. We're going to get pins and plushies and all kinds of stuff. You got to tell us what you're looking for, and we'll see if we can get that made. But we are not using Teespring anymore.
No.
Because Teespring at this point can suck a peach.
That's right.
All right. Hey, so, hello. How many people do we got in?
I have no idea. 500.
Couple hundred.
We're a little early today.
We are a little early. This usually doesn't happen. Usually we're late.
Mostly we're early because we know everybody else, streams at night, and there's like, well, we're just going to be overlapping everyone, so what the hell's the point? So,
everybody streams all the time.
Yeah, we're the only ones that don't.
No, I go on to YouTube, and at any given time, there's like 9 people I subscribe to streaming. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, suck a peach. There we go. Yeah, Teespring. Not real happy with them. We did a video on Teespring and how they were keeping people's money if they canceled your shop for any reason. They were doing that to Purity Sin, fellow YouTuber. Hey, thank you, Molly. Didn't have to do that. Yesterday was my 1-year anniversary of being a member.
Yay!
Oh, awesome. Thank you. I love you guys and love what you're doing.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
I have to get...
What are you doing? She keeps getting up and disappearing. Where are you going?
Here, wait.
Simlish songs.
That's in honor of 1 year.
That's Bun Solo.
Bun Solo. I love my Bun Solo. He's my favorite.
Sure. I like Simlish songs. Sure. Anyway, let's get into it here.
Pinky Boo does.
Pinky Boo does, yeah. So shopclownfish.com, that's going to be our new merch place. Just wanted to get that.
You're going to actually make some new merch?
Yeah, we're going to make some new merch.
Because I've been asking you to.
Yeah, we need to. Well, now we actually have a place to sell it. Hey, Jason, thank you for becoming a new member. Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing it. Where have you been? You've been in the live streams with me.
I know. I have been. It's just been a while. It's been a while. So user scores based on almost 30,000.
Oh, we're talking about Last of Us again?
We are.
Okay.
Because that's all anybody's talking about right now. This has become the new Last Jedi.
Well, yeah. Okay, I got to tell you guys. I didn't play the first one. Now, I know Squid King did. And I know he really liked it. And I know a lot of people really liked it. And this whole thing, from an outsider looking in, this whole thing is just like one giant troll. I mean, I'm listening to what's been said, what happened. I'm watching the videos of the people. Like someone sent us a video of the person on Twitter from South Korea.
Yeah.
And did you have that pulled up?
Oh, I don't have that one pulled up.
He actually finishes playing the game, takes the game disc out. It looks upset and cuts the game discs in half.
He cut the game disc in half after playing it on his live stream.
As somebody from the outside looking in on this thing, when you're telling me what the story of the original was, and you're telling me why the characters mattered, and then immediately they have their new narrative with their new characters, they come in, literally kill the old characters, make the one character watch, do the stuff that the sexing has absolutely nothing to do with the game at all. It seems like just another way to troll, because that's why they put the guy's face on it. And then when you hear about the ending, which I'm not going to say what it is in case anybody doesn't want to know, I can completely... I don't see any way of looking at this other than it was deliberately set up to troll the old fans on purpose, just to be assholes. That's how it comes across to somebody just looking at it as a bystander from what I've been hearing.
Yeah, I've seen most of the key scenes. I'm like, there's no way in hell. I mean, this game is like almost like suicide simulator. It's like, how depressed can you get in this game until you feel like
people are
ending
like,
it in the real
what
world?
did Squid King say? Someone said if I wanted to be suicidal, I'd just look out my window. Thanks so much.
Yeah, like this is God. Anyway, we got some super chats here. Thank you so much. The Waltman 4. Congrats, Last of Us 2. You gave the video game world their Star Wars The Last Jedi moment. That is true. Steven Steele, thank you very much for that. Gave us a thumbs up.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just talking from somebody who's
there go motorcycles.
It's Saturday and it's warm. Everybody's out.
Yeah.
As somebody who just like listening to it, I don't really have a dog in the fight. Now, like I said, Squid King does. One, I wouldn't let Squid King play this game. Just from what I've heard and just from that one scene, there's be no way in Hades he's playing this game. And two, it's just, everything I'm hearing about it, this just sounds like everything we heard with like She-Ra and with, Thundercats, but they said, they didn't say just hold my beer, they said hold my keg. And then they went and did this because it's a deliberate destruction of the original for no other reason than to use another character as a shield to get away with whatever they want to do.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. A couple people were talking about the culture wars. Thank you, Silver Phantom X. You didn't have to do that. I like the coffee. Coffee is awesome. Yeah, so this is the thing. We were kind of saying before that we thought 2015 was over, that 2020 was kind of becoming this weird sort of cleansing fire for pop culture. And my God, did they just like come back swinging. We're seeing it with movies now. We're seeing
in this case, it's like when they're yelling about trolling, there was somebody trolling, but it was the game people.
Yeah.
This was deliberate trolling. There's no other way to look at this. They took what everybody loved the most, like what they loved, what meant something to them from the other game. Let's make sure we destroy everything about that. Oh, and by the way, we're gonna do a symbolic scene where the guy who did the game is giving it up the back end to the fandom.
Yeah, right. That's basically it. It's Druckmann is fucking fandom up the ass.
Well, we're assuming it's up the ass, but
we don't know. Abby looked very surprised. So we don't know exactly where Abby got it. Queen Clarity, thank you. Didn't have to do that. This is the most expensive troll I've seen. I don't know. The Last Jedi was pretty pricey.
I think this is worse than Last Jedi.
I think it is.
That's saying something.
The Last Jedi, I was disappointed and angry, but
this is much worse.
This is like, yeah, let's like murder Mario in the next Mario game and have Wario take over and then have
Wario mess with, get it with Toad.
Gets it with Toad.
And then they,
Toadette, and then bites off Peach's.
No, don't ruin it! Because I said we're not going to talk about what happened in the end. I don't want to ruin people.
Mario? Everybody knows what happens to Mario.
I'm not talking Mario. You're going to put an analogy to the game. Oh my God.
Okay, so
no.
The spoilers are out there. Google them. Adam, thank you. Didn't have to do that. To be honest, I don't think they did this to troll. Knowing what I know about Naughty Dog's writing, they're predictable, and I kind of saw it coming.
Do they honestly think that people are going to love this? I mean, I'm sorry, there's no way to look at this. It's like the same with She-Ra. We're going to take the name, we're going to take the characters, we're going to change everything about them, and then, and you're going to love it, because, and we're going to insert agendas and all kinds of stuff in there.
All kinds of stuff.
Insertions. And then if you don't like it, and even then, I don't think even they were as bad as this. They at least tried somewhat
I know.
to appease people somewhat. This is just like, I'm sorry, I don't see how this is not deliberate. Some of the choices that were made feel very, very deliberate.
Yeah, Shoter says, and I agree, as in some degrees, some respects here. Other opinions are that the story is well written, but it's not what fans wanted. It's like when you order pizza, but you get a hamburger. The hamburger's good, but it's not pizza.
Well, I was talking about this, earlier on Twitter. I said, it's kind of like this takeaway Hollywood doesn't seem to understand. It's like everybody's like, oh, it's so pretty and it's so well done and it's so, I'm not saying it's not, but what I'm saying is sometimes you can have the most amazing looking thing out there, but if the character and the story is crap, no one's going to want to play it.
It's dry crap too. So we've heard.
How do you know it's dry crap?
It's dry. He went in dry. There was no warm up for that screwing of the fandom. Anyway,
I'm just clenching thinking about it.
Review Fox, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Christina says, I heard that Druckmann liked The Rise of Skywalker.
I'm sure he did.
Tweets.
Oh, that was a treat he gave you in the game.
That was a treat.
Of course,
Just imagine what he'd do with Star Wars.
Yeah, of course. Now, just as we'd expect, just as we called out, the takeaway the next day is, oh look, that it's being review bombed. Now, Is it being review bombed? Most likely. But are all the reviews, is it because it's negative, it's a review bomb? No.
No.
It's not. And a lot of these journalists are writing multiple articles on it because they're getting attention for it, and it's just a few people spamming lots of articles.
Oh, Joel. Joel, thank you, Joel. Thank you. They killed me. Ah! I guess I won't be needing this 5 spot anymore. Thanks, Joel. Thanks for that. What else do we got here? Gelf, thank you. Didn't have to do that. There's talk of Abby being underage. We're going to talk about that because this whole thing is really weird, and I know there's been a lot of discussion on Twitter about Sony's very uneven censorship policy where they won't allow there to be any anime cleavage at all. We're not talking full-on nips. We're talking just a little bit of cleavage. We got to cover that up with the sports bra if it's cartoon characters. But if we've got photorealistic characters, hell, we can go X-rated, and it's totally fine. But she's underage. I don't know. Did they card her?
I thought they said she was 19. I could be wrong, but when I saw her, I was like, wait, how old is she supposed to be? But I think they said that she's 19. I think that's what I heard.
Whoa, let's see here. I'm losing you guys. Waltman 4, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Side note, I believe more of the 2 to 4 star reviews than the 0 reviews dodgy. Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
I think somebody can. I mean, look, you could realistically say, hey, the game is looks good, plays good. I just don't like the story. I mean, I'll give, even as much as I hate The Last Jedi, I will give it props for some of the acting. I'll give it props for the cinematography, the special effects. I just absolutely hated what they did to Luke.
The story sucked.
Yeah, the story sucked.
But yeah, I agree with that. Just like I think all these reviews came out before the game was released, and they were all 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. And immediately I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, I find that hard to believe. And I would agree. When I look at reviews, if there's 0, I usually ignore those as well, because I'm like, maybe they legitimately thought it deserved a 0, but I usually tend to think the extremes are usually extremes for a reason. But it does make it questionable. But I'm sorry, before it came out, 10 out of 10 from pretty much everyone was a little bit, I was already like, wait a minute.
Ms. Nomad, are you being blocked? No, you're not blocked. We don't block people. Hold on here.
Not unless you start harassing people or saying if really inappropriate things.
Yeah, there's really egregious harassment. We muted a couple people, but for the most part, people get caught a lot of times. They're like, "Why are you blocking me?" I'm like, "It's probably YouTube." YouTube blocks a lot, and honestly, I don't have time to go in and manually approve every comment, or I'd be there all day. But YouTube, they change their thing all the time here. Okay, so the Mams of Us 2. Hold on, let's see what we got here. Oh, okay, hold on. I keep missing everybody. How am I missing people? David Rover, thank you. Didn't have to do that. I'd rather play The Rise of the Karens 2 than The Last of Us 2. Yikes. JC, what's the deal with creators self-inserting themselves in cringy ways into their stories? Weirdly reminded me of the Powerpuff Girls reboot.
I have not seen the Powerpuff Girls.
I don't think that was in the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, no, I think they're meaning in different ways. I don't think they meant it that way.
Professor and Buttercup.
Why did they call him Professor X?
Oh my God, that's why they call him. I'm waiting for people to be like, do you know how problematic it is that Professor X created 3 little girls and he lives at home alone with these 3 little girls?
Don't give him ideas.
That's really problematic.
We'll get that censored next.
Space Monkey, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Sony needs to reverse censorship on anime games. We're going to talk about that.
Someone's asking about the aliens warning. We're going to talk about that as well.
We're getting there. We got a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah, a lot of things to cover today.
Yeah, so beyond the terrible user scores, guys, I did talk about this a little bit in a video yesterday, that The Last of Us 2 stars. Now, apparently Laura Bailey took her tweet down. She did take her tweet down, but they were blaming the bots for the negative reviews. Of course,
that's the go-to. It's always bots. It's never, but you notice how we've seen bots shilling positive reviews for movies before, and it's clearly bots by the way the words, the verbiage is, and then they're like, you never hear bots were giving all the positive reviews. You never hear that article, even when you can prove that bots were giving the positive reviews. You never hear that one as an article.
Yeah. How much of here we go. Sergeant Scotty says, how much of Sony is owned by Tencent? I don't know. I really don't know. Are they owned by Tencent? Staggervore says, so tired of the entertainment industry putting quantity before quality. Bring back Saturday morning cartoons. Yeah, we need to. But yeah, they're already starting the defense. And this is, again, the parallels with The Last Jedi are very, very accurate. 2 warnings about The Last of Us 2 user review scores. Basically,
is the ones that are 10s you shouldn't listen to, or the ones that are 0s you shouldn't listen to?
Pretty much.
No, they say that 10, you shouldn't listen to either?
Warning 1, review bombing. Paul Tassi covered it
Paul
already.
Tassi's covered it multiple times because he keeps getting attention, so he does multiple articles on the same damn thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to talk about that because I actually a lot of times agree with Paul Tassi, but I can't get behind him on.
He's basically like, if your answer
There's a
had anything
joke
to
in
do
there
with agenda, yeah. If your review had anything to do with agenda, then you're already lost your argument. So basically, you can't complain about it because it's behind a shield, and that's exactly what they do.
Yeah, said that people were review bombing it. 30,000 reviews. That's just a bunch of gamers, whether through coordinated action or just common cause.
all of the reviews are because they're bad. It's all fake.
They head over to a site like Metacritic or Rotten Tomatoes, and they
were expressing their anger before the game came out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, at the time I pointed out that review bombing was one of the only realistic tools beyond voting with wallets normal consumers have to voice their discontent and anger at a game or game company. I know well, that's it, because the game developers pretty much have the blogs in their back pocket.
Right, so you can't actually have an opinion.
Yeah. I noted that review bombing doesn't necessarily mean a game is terrible. It's as terrible as a score, but
you can't go by any of these scores because when they're really inflated, and they inflate scores both ways.
Yeah, so this is interesting. He says it is an indication something's wrong. If people are going to that much trouble to be like, hell no, then there's something wrong. And this happened with The Last Jedi too. And they listened, but they listened too late, and then they just looked stupid when they had to backpedal.
Well, they took the wrong takeaway to begin with. They took away that people didn't go see Solo because they don't like Star Wars stories, and that wasn't what the takeaway was.
No, it wasn't. Adam says, Neil also talks about women's empowerment and they needed better representation. However, he oversees a lot of apparently underage girls' sexuality. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on in that game, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's a very depressing game. Bill says it was released close to Father's Day too.
That's a valid point.
Happy Father's Day.
I didn't even think about that.
Happy Father's Day, Joel.
Yeah,
Let's go golfing.
I have never played the first game, and I'm sad about this one. This from what I've heard.
Squid King's like, I'm not even.
He's
playing
upset.
He is upset. He loved the first.
He's
one.
not giving my money.
No, we're not buying it. Patrick, thank you. In a weird way, I can see this game's story working if handled better. They're trying to do this revenge begets revenge story with Abby, and they're like, well, yeah, but just. I think the brutality of it and just the way it was done, it just felt like a big middle finger, I think, to people. I did watch the scene, and I'm like, oh my god. I watched the scene. I watched PewDiePie reacting to it, and he's like, oh my god. And I love that he calls Abby Debbie. Yeah. He's like, why does everybody hate Debbie? It's like, she's okay. Oh my god. So I hate the heat. Thank you, didn't have to do that. Totally unrelated. I just had someone get pissed off at me for liking The Little Mermaid, saying I support weak women. I proved them wrong and they aren't recovering well. Ariel told her dad.
You support weak women. Ariel was one of the ones that was like, I've gotten into this with people before about Disney princesses. And this pisses me off because, stuff like, Ariel, she wasn't a weak woman. She not at all. And I'm tired of telling you that being a princess is bad. I don't think necessarily that all the Disney princesses are bad.
No, look, I mean, are some things going to be outdated from frickin' Snow White like 80 years ago? Yeah. But Ariel, I think she's actually a pretty strong character. She's underage, by the way. She's 16.
She's 16.
But she tells her dad, go suck a peach.
And then goes makes a deal on her own.
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody else who was around that age when he flew across the country by himself because he didn't want to stay in California anymore.
I was 18 or 19.
Not when you bought the ticket.
Oh no, I was 15. Never mind. Yeah, I could have had beer on the plane, too.
Yeah, he didn't want... This is back in the day before they have all the rules they have. He didn't want to stay in where he was at, and so he went and bought a ticket off of somebody selling a plane ticket back across the country. I have a newspaper.
Yeah.
Bought the ticket, got in the plane, and flew back across... He was 15.
Yeah, but the guy whose ticket it was, he was like 35, so they offered me beer on the plane. I didn't have any money, but I was... I'm like, you can look
you bought it?
Yeah, probably.
You would have gotten in trouble.
No, because my ticket said I was like 35. That was before they did all the checks and everything. Yeah. I just showed up with some other guy's ticket, and they're like, okay, there you go.
Can't do it now.
Peach. Suck a peach. All right. So yeah. Warning 2, don't listen to the ridiculous backlash against gamers. Here's a tweet from former Gears of War developer Cliffy B, reacting to the evil gamers. You know, the people who have bought his games for years and helped make him wealthy and successful. Oh, this guy actually seems to know what's going on. I really feel like focusing just on this when reacting to negative reactions to The Last of Us 2 is kind of silly. It reminds me of the reaction to people not loving Mass Effect 3. Entitled gamers and whatnot. Here we go again. Okay, so this is a general reaction I'm seeing online to people who don't like The Last of Us 2. They're anti-SJWs who hate gay people and want to burn down Naughty Dog for being a den of social justice warriors, pushing everyone's noses into the politics.
Because it can be for what you know, for real reasons why you might not like it. It always has to be. We have to bully and discredit somebody because it can't be because you might have a legitimate concern.
Well, he said there's actually more to this than meets the eye, though. That's what the gaming press is going to run
Well,
with.
some people are, but most people aren't.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's again, painting it with a broad brush, which we don't like here.
Cliffy B is a tool. Cliffy B is a massive tool. Tool confirmed. Cliffy B is way full of himself. Cliffy B can suck a peach. We hate the gay. Yeah, see, that's what they always do. There's always, whether it's a cartoon show or a freaking game, a video game or board game or a comic book or whatever, we always have a minority in there as a shield. Like, you can't criticize this movie, game, whatever, because if you do, that means you hate people like this, and that's not the case. A lot of times some of the loudest voices that go unheard are women, minorities, LGBTQ folks, and they're like, this is garbage,
and
but you never hear about
if you're one of those people, if you're one of those people who have an opinion different than the narrative and you are in a minority group, like you said, you never hear about it because when you try to speak out, you're either stepped over or they decide that they attack you and tell you everything that they say that they hate because, well, you're a woman, you're obviously misogynist. You're a woman, you're obviously a racist because they're trying to discredit you, and they have to discredit you harder than they discredit somebody else. If they even bother to pay attention, they just treat you like everybody else treats minorities and step right over you. It's okay when it fits their agenda, though.
Odd Chowder says, and thank you for that. Funny how they always blame gamers, yet still want them to buy their products. This is going on in games, it's going on in comics, it's going on in anime, it's going on in board games, it's going on in movies. It's all blending together. It's basically consumers versus studios and the news outlets that support them.
Yeah, I would say put your money on indie gaming, indie gamers, developers, and media outlets that are fair.
Okay, here we go. Eric Thorson, thank you for that. It's funny that IGN America gave it a 100 and IGN Japan gave it a 70.
Yeah, no, I believe IGN Japan over America because I think, like I said, zeros and the hundreds automatically set red flags off for me.
Yeah. Because nothing's perfect.
No,
nothing's a complete failure,
yes.
And nothing is perfect.
Right.
So this is a very good point, though, and I totally forgot about this. Okay, Ellie's gay. That must be why gamers hate it. If that's the case, why did The Last of Us Left Behind score so well with both critics and gamers? Has an 88 out of 100 critic score and an 8.2 out of 10 on Metacritic. The expansion in the first game introduces Ellie as a lesbian. It's really good. People loved it. Were people just less homophobic and sexist? Not according to everyone yelling at gamers after Mass Effect 3.
Yeah. It's just because they're trying to bully and belittle. Because it can't be because maybe we did a shitty job. It has to be something wrong with you. Same with we saw with Last Jedi. Oh, it's because y'all are misogynists and racists. And it's like, no, it's because it was shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he said, yeah, it's true. Some people are out there. They're just like,
there's always some people.
Let's get the SJWs. But it goes deeper than that because it does feel.
It went a lot deeper than that. They showed us.
They went a lot deeper. They did. And the look on Debbie's face.
Debbie does gaming.
Oh, my God. Debbie does Druckmann. Debbie does Druckmann. That's what we're going to call it. Oh, my God. That's going to be a meme for decades. People are going to still be talking about this like 20 years from now about like this is the turning point. This is the turning point. Missing Jin, thank you. Clownfish TV, I boycotted Sony for the DCMA takedowns from Last of Us 2 leaks. Disgusting. Yeah, some channels we know. I know Geeks and Gamers got hit. Just some guy got hit. Just talking about the spoilers, which turned out to be true and actually worse.
Oh, imagine that when they come down from on high to scream that it's not true. It usually ends up being true. Hopefully, it's not the case with Kevin Smith.
I was gonna say wait for He-Man on Netflix. We'll see how that plays was at. He seemed awfully obsessed with us.
Still is.
Alex Omega, thank you. Didn't have to do that. How come Neil hired white women to voice, like Laura and Shannon, to voice POC in Uncharted, and then Last of Us 2 instead of a POC or transgender? Good question.
Because it's called acting, and you don't have to hire those, but that would be rational, and that's a good point because they're not acting rationally anymore.
Clownfish TV, I get this a lot. I'm mixed and have Jewish heritage, but because I pass for white, I get ignored.
Yeah, well, we understand you, Wolf.
We get you. Gelth Walker, as you should watch the Abby Give It To Me. Wait, you should watch the Abby Give It To Me Neil clip Nick Rekieta and Drexel had made. It's hilarious as hell. Also, Neon, you should get mods.
Yeah, we do.
Probably,
need mods.
I probably should.
We don't
get
do this
mods.
enough, but we might have to.
We don't live stream enough. So yeah, I mean, this is interesting because Forbes are kind of split. Like Paul Tassi. I used to have a lot of respect for him as a writer. I still do. I disagree on this. I disagree with this. I disagree with his take on this. I think that this is just indicative of what's going on. That the studios, whether it's game studios or movie studios or comic book publishers or anime studios, whatever, they are out of touch with their audience.
Well, with that many 10s out of 10s, there had to be some kind of compensation given out. I'm just saying.
Maybe they got the Druckmann special.
I hope they didn't get the...
I don't know. Mad to Sane, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Have you had a chance to talk to David Lilly of Dreamkeepers and Vivid Publishing? No, but we know Dreamkeepers. We know of them. They tried to take on Diamond.
Good. Somebody
has to. Well, Diamond's getting their ass kicked now. They're like DC pulled out and.
I'm sorry. I'm being good. They tried to Druckmann them
There's
too.
There's nothing we can say that's going to make this any better. Automata, thank you. Plus The Last of Us 2 scene going in completely dry. Proctology horse would not approve.
I just said the other day to Neon that we got to do the proctology horse shirt.
We should do proctology.
The people with
horse.
us were very confused, but we need to do the proctology horse shirt. Like I just reminded him the other day that we need to do proctology horse.
Everybody needs proctology horse. A little Darth Cerebus. I said I've been drinking. Darth Cerebus, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Love you guys. Thank you so much for that.
They got your number. Hope we got everybody. If we didn't, sorry. Are we going to talk about some other things?
Yeah, we are. My effing cousin is gay, and I love the dude.
Yeah, we have friends and relatives that are too, and it's like doesn't bother us one way or another. But don't you know, that's a tokenism.
You can't even say that. If you say that, they're like, oh my god, that's like I have a black friend or I have a gay friend. I'm like, guess what? It's true. It's true. And they tell you people to go suck a peach. That's how that would work. All right, so we got lots of peaches and eggplants. Good. Debbie does gaming. Geeky Sparkles, you know my needs. Oh no. Oh my god. Abby's gonna give it to Neil. Debbie, they need a game.
So you could probably get away around some copyright things if you just changed it to Debbie on shirts and said it was Debbie.
Debbie. Debbie does Druckmann.
So anyway, we're gonna talk about some other stuff because there's other things to cover.
Games that I actually want to play. I want to pull this up because freaking Grandia is on Steam in HD, and I didn't know this until yesterday.
He's a little slow.
I am a little slow, especially now.
Still love him.
Drinking freaking. I love Grandia. I was hoping that Lunar would be on Steam, but it's not. But I'm like, damn it! Here's a game that's actually good.
Speaking of weird games, we on the gaming channel played that. Was it I Love You, Colonel Sanders?
I Love You, Colonel Sanders.
We only did an hour, but so far. That thing is a weird piece of something.
When are we
it's
getting
a weird piece of chicken.
When are we getting more Sergey? We need more Sergey.
You know what? I have been trying to get more Sergey, but Sergey refuses to cooperate because Squid King says he can't do the voice right anymore, but he can because I've heard him do it. He's refusing to cooperate. Do it. But we were doing the I Love You, Colonel Sanders game. We played like an hour of it. I'm just confused, very confused.
Yeah, go to Clownfish. We actually have another channel, Clownfish TV Gaming. We played Quarantine Simulator, where we go to the grocery store and try not to touch people.
Someone said I want more Godzilla video games. So do we. I know Squid King would. But anyway, at the end of the sequence we did, we get attacked by a spork thing. I don't know, but Squid King does the voices. It does some voices, and it's absolutely. That's the best part of the whole show is the end when we do funny voices throughout, but his ending was just I cannot top this kid. Anyway. Yeah,
he's pretty funny. He doesn't think he's funny, but he is funny. Go to Clownfish TV Gaming. We're gonna shill that
anyway.
Too.
So
we only have like 6,000 subs.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about now?
I'm talking about how I want Grandia.
Okay, we already
said
that
last year,
what are we
and
talking
I didn't
about next?
freaking know, and I'm upset. We're going to talk about Japanese games because this does tie into
Well, that's
Oh,
about
that's about Shearer. I don't know.
Well, that whole thing about that actually is old news. They had said this is back at New York Comic Con last year, the year before, and he made, that's been last year because they were announcing it last year, and he'd keep it in mind, but I'm pretty sure the rights in those things are split, so I don't see how that would be possible.
Gravel Digger, thank you, didn't have to do that. Speaking of, here's a little love for the Gaming Shell. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gaming Shell needs more love. We've been doing a lot of really whacked Animal Crossing. Tom Nook is a communist leader.
That's right. And on the last episode I did, we came to my island, but Squid King, again, was big as Squid King, and every time he tried to read me the painting descriptions in his I think it was Blathers.
Blathers.
In his Blathers voice.
Blathers is an angry drunk.
He'd be like, oil on canvas. And I just start losing it because it was so fun. He played it later, and I just heard it in the background. I just started losing it again. Anyway.
Michael Henley says your streams are great. Getting a couple mods would make it easier.
I know, we need to.
You can stream more. This chat might contain material that triggers someone. I don't care. Probably. Yeah, they were talking about, Kevin Smith. I don't think this is gonna happen. This isn't going to happen.
The voice who did, Catra knew him and said about putting, the She-Ra into the He-Man and not in the way they did it on Last of Us, because that would just be wrong on more levels. But, he said he'd consider it, but that was a while ago, and I don't think the rights can even be, because the way that Noel Stevenson talked, they couldn't bring a lot of the He-Man over to She-Ra because of the rights issues. So I don't think that's something to worry about.
Oh, we got a new member. Get you, Berica. No, it's Bun Solo.
Bun Solo.
Thank you, Eric. Dean, thank you. Anita Sarkeesian's paws are all over this game.
Oh, yeah, that's what we've heard.
I think she's Abby. I don't know. So yeah, I don't see them doing.
Okay, but what were you going to talk about that matters?
I was going to talk. Okay, what mattered? Yeah, He-Man doesn't matter. No, I was going to talk about just follow up because we had some people tweeting at us. Now, just for the record, I've ducked out of Twitter, my personal Twitter. I still occasionally check the Clownfish Twitter, and we post updates and stuff. But I'm done with Twitter for now. I think it's a shit show.
I'm still there for now.
Yeah, I would get out.
I got meds though, so
yeah, she's on meds now, so she's okay for anxiety. Spectre Von Baron, thank you. Forbes already has an article saying the backlash of Last of Us 2 as just people who can't handle Joel's death or racist, sexist. It's the Last Jedi all over again.
It's that guy, that Tassie guy.
Yeah. Tyler Preston, thank you. Last of Us 2. Having a full-on penetration. Sony, nothing wrong here. Devil May Cry 5 briefly shows a woman's bare butt. Sony lewd censor.
That's what we're calling. People were like, you're just mad about the game. It's like, we weren't even bringing up the game at all, other than the fact that why is there a double standard here with censorship? And then we still got, you're just homophobic and all this other stuff. And it's like, we were just pointing out the double standard.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, so, okay, this kind of blows my mind because I noticed the censorship at first. Now, I don't play, like, the dating sims or the waifu games or whatever. I don't play those kind of games, but I noticed it even with Square Enix re-releases. When you re-release Final Fantasy VIII and you have to censor characters from 20 years ago, when you have to put a sports bra on Renoa and some of the female summons, they covered them up more because of the censorship policy. It's like something is wrong. The game is 20 years old. And then we saw this with Tifa in Final Fantasy VII Remake. So they have this, they seem to be anti-anime girl. And again, I don't understand why you can't show any cleavage on cartoon characters, but you can show Debbie get done by Druckmann.
Yep.
Full-on photorealistic.
He's so mad that you called her the wrong name.
Yeah. Eric says, can't blame you for staying off Twitter. It is. Twitter, and we're going to talk about Twitter cancellation.
I don't know what an alternative is. People ask for alternatives. I really don't know.
I don't have an alternative because...
Oh, you said you might go do more on Instagram.
I might do more on Instagram
but Facebook can be just as bad. But it's not... I honestly don't think Facebook is as bad as Twitter.
I don't think it's as bad, yeah.
They've been trying to get in Facebook in trouble because Facebook's basically like, we're not going to just, so you think people can't talk if they're on one side of the spectrum compared to the other. And then that means that they're alt-right now and they're problematic because they said people have opinions and we're not going to censor that unless it's, there's reason to.
Yeah.
And, how dare they? Because on Twitter, if you're not, leaning a certain way, even though we do, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so Twitter's just gone. I mean, I've been with Twitter pretty much since year one, and I've never quit Twitter, and I'm like, I haven't officially quit yet, but I'm like, yeah, I'm just pulling back. I'm just pulling back on it. But yeah, so we've been talking about this. I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on, but they said that they are basically zero tolerance. If Sony doesn't like your game, they will not let you release it on the PS4. And we know that some people their companies are tanking, whatever.
Yeah, companies went under because of it, yeah.
Right. This person said they were told that Sony often instructs publishers to not reveal what was altered or removed because they know fans will complain. This is a blatant attempt by Sony to obfuscate what's going on and to trick people into purchasing a censored product. By the time customers know they have a censored product, it would be either too late to return it or they would have invested too much time into it and not want to return it. Sony gets paid and customers get screwed.
Sometimes,
like
literally.
Debbie.
Okay, you're going to answer some questions now because people have been saying stuff to you, but you were on the other thing and
I'm sorry,
you weren't paying attention.
I'm trying to read the news. I hate the heat. Thank you. There are YouTubers, influencers, and celebrities who are clearly problematic, but they still have their careers mainly because some of their fans are crazy. The wrong people get canceled. Yeah, people are getting canceled for anything. I mean, it's
we're going to talk about that in a bit.
We're talking about that. Yeah, Dark Flame 94, thank you. Part 1. Hey, Neon and Geeky. Just finished your D&D video. Gotta say, Neon, they've been making these style changes since the 3rd edition. I'm old. I haven't really played D&D since 2nd edition. I used to play it all the damn time, but I got 5e. I'm like, what the frick is this? What is this? Let's see here. Andrew Sadler, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Microsoft was smart. They wouldn't join in the whole censorship brigade and take all the games lost by Sony. It used to be people went to Sony, they went to PlayStation because Nintendo used to be censor happy. Now Nintendo is more lenient. You can get saucier stuff on the Switch. Saucier Switch.
Don't sauce
games.
your Switch, you'll ruin it.
Don't sauce your... Oh God, I would not want to touch a sauced Switch. Do not sauce your Switch. It's not good for it. I don't think the warranty would cover that. Don't do it. But you can get games that are a little more lewd on Switch, which is Nintendo. DN, thank you. Did not have to do that. Yes, I did have to do this. But as to why they're censoring the anime but not Last of Us 2 is the target audience. Anime is perceived to be cis hetero males.
Hiss is Twitter.
King Hiss.
Hiss is Twitter.
He's got his snake out again. King Hiss. Cis hetero males, whereas Last of Us 2 is all about the alphabet community.
Whether or not they want it.
Whether or not they want it. You know, it's so weird because I love... We actually have a legit diverse audience here on Clownfish TV. And we try to keep it light. We try to keep it funny. And it's so weird because a lot of these people, their voices are being silenced because they don't go with the narrative.
That's why I speak out so much, because I'm one of those people who get silenced.
Geeky's my shield.
I am.
She's my sword.
I'm the Raftalia of this show, damn it.
She's a Raftalia. I can use Geeky to go poke some monsters. And
that's right.
I'll just hide behind my shield. Okay, so where are we going here? Okay. 5,027. Thank you. Have to do that. Your character's not allowed to be nude if they're actually attractive. If they're ugly and misshapen, it's fine. Love you guys.
Well, it seems that way. This is coming from a fat woman, so you know.
You are thick and hot.
You have to say that.
And I freaking love you.
Otherwise, you have to question your choices. Anyway, so.
Alex Clark, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Try 5 Torches Deep. It's a good alternative to D&D and very inexpensive. Warwolf says, if my books ever get made games, I will policy so Sony can't have them if they want to censor them. Yeah, everything is problematic now. So this article, I might do a separate video on this. This was actually, we got tweeted into this, but yeah, it's kind of disturbing, and this kind of goes along with what's going on at Patreon too, where if you have anime characters that are clearly supposed to be over 18, let's remember, at the end of the day, they're cartoons. They're not even real people, you know. But if they're supposed to be over 18, like, you have to prove, like, do you have to card these characters?
Yeah, otherwise they'll say it's, you know, bad, and then they'll block it, or, you know, whatever. But games can do whatever, and that's fine.
Spectre asks, thank you, didn't have to do that. You guys gonna be on EFAP someday? I don't know. They go like, what, like 12 hours or something?
Well, you go stop in. I don't know.
I could stop in.
Okay,
I don't know those guys.
We gonna talk about other things too now?
Yeah, I'm just kind of sad because, again, we're not talking like full on anime titties. We're talking a little bit of cleavage on Renoa and Tifa, and that's got to be covered up.
I'm sorry, every time I hear the word titties, I think of my grandma.
Not that that you grease your titties?
Yeah, she always tell you to put Vicks on. She goes, did you grease your titties? Sorry, every time I hear that people, that'd be weird. Every time you hear the word titties, you think of your grandma. There's a reason. I'm not weird, I swear.
God rest her soul. Dave.
She's had a lot of fun things.
She did. Yeah, she did. Once she warmed up, she didn't like me at first.
She told you to go work at Arby's.
She told me to go work at Arby's. Yeah, she just go get. I got laid off from a job. I forget what it was. Was I a newspaper editor? I got laid off, and she's like, go get a job at Arby's. I'm like, that's not gonna pay for the baby. So Dave M, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Neon Geeky. This is only the second live stream I've seen from you guys. Yeah, we don't do a lot of live streams.
No, we don't. Mostly time.
Yeah. Hey, Mick Shork. Hold on. Where'd Mick Shork go? Here we go. I'm tired of all the BS censorship. When will we get to the point where Winnie the Pooh is censored for being offensive? Oh, wait.
Yeah, just wait.
Censored.
He's already censored. He's already
China.
banned in China.
We have kids. We have kids. Yeah, we do have kids. We do. See how that works? I'm not just living in my mom's basement.
No, I like when they say we're incels and we're married with kids.
Oh my God, yeah, they're right. You're like, oh my God, you're just incels. I just wanted to fap to Shira. Jonk, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Showing some love. Keep doing what you're doing. We try. And some days are easier than others. Some days we wake up and it's like, God, I just do not want to turn on the computer today.
Yeah.
I really don't, because I
really
know what we're gonna get. I know what we're gonna get. You know, you can't say anything without, especially, you know, as your channel gets bigger, like you can't say, like you can speak your mind when nobody's looking, but when everybody's looking, it's like, ah, shit. Anything I say can and will be used.
Oh, I don't care anymore. I'm just
me
like, you're gonna say what you want. I'm gonna get crap either way.
More people have to speak out. More people have to speak up. Because, you know, they can take down a couple of people here and there, but they can't take everybody down. And to be honest, there are more of us who are tired of politics in games and comics and anime than there are of them. So,
yep.
Take it back. Take it back. Wolves Mercy, thank you. Didn't have to do that. I hate how people who are gay, like myself, are being used as a shield.
Yeah, I don't blame
by
you.
the activists who make these games. I am a person, not a defense against criticism.
Yeah, and you know
Thank
what? And yeah, exactly. And that's what we run into. You know, you can't criticize something even for legitimate reasons, because if you do, you're some kind of phoberist. And they keep doing this with shows and games and everything else. I mean, they want diversity and they want these characters. No thanks. And they want these characters and things, but you know, they're not doing the characters justice. They're just using them as a way to avoid criticism instead of actually making them, you know, beloved characters a lot of times. And it's not fair to a lot of people.
Well, that's like what they did with She-Ra. They had that bullshit article out there that's like, basically, if you don't like what they did with She-Ra, all the changes they made to She-Ra, then you hate gay kids. Mm-hmm. It's like, what the hell? Do you know how many gay kids watch the original?
Talking out against. She's like, you stop vilifying the old fans and saying they're these bad people when they're not.
It's like I guarantee you, there were tons of gay kids and gay adults that watch the original.
From like the people that did the original She-Ra talked about how people that they told them that it helped them.
Yeah.
And, you know, and there were minority groups that would come out and say, this helped me so much, I can't tell you. And that was the old She-Ra. Anyway.
That was She-Ra.
Finish reading the comments, because I want to talk about other stuff.
Freaking laser gun in her bedroom. She was badass.
That's right. I had a laser gun in my bedroom.
Yeah, I know. Funky Lemonade, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Please remind people, stop pre-ordering games. If we continue to give these game companies money up front, they will continue to sell us crap. Keep up the great work. Yeah, I think it should be prove it.
Yeah.
Prove that this game doesn't suck.
I probably will pre-order Pokemon Snap because I'm very excited about that game, and I don't really see how they can mess it up. But you know what? It is 2020.
They're gonna show us. They're gonna show us why he's called Squirtle. I'm pretty sure that's one of the leaks. We're gonna see.
There's a leak there. If he's got a leak, you can see a doctor. Anyway.
Full on Squirtle. Wolfsbane, thank you. Didn't have to do that. I'm still mad about the changes to Black Lightning. Changing a family man to a cheater is the exact hypocrisy of these people.
Right.
These people in the media, along with Finn. Yeah, Finn got screwed over big time.
Yeah, I would have watched the whole Finn movie.
Finn should have been the lead. I'm always going to feel that way. I can't even watch The Force Awakens now because I'm like, dude, your story goes nowhere. Like, I'm so sorry. You were co-lead. Now you're just a sidekick. And yeah, Black Lightning. I know Tony Isabella was really upset about it, but they did this with Peter Parker too. They're like, yeah, let's just snap away his marriage. And see what happens, and people were pissed. I'm still pissed. I haven't bought any Spider-Man comics since they did that. And I love Spider-Man. I used to read Spider-Man every month. I'm like, screw you guys. Like I grew up reading Peter Parker, dating / married to Mary Jane, and I don't want to see them just snap it away.
No, I don't blame you.
That was the bullshit. It was bullshit. Bullshit, man. There's a lot.
Good lives matter.
They do. They do. Ironically enough, I wound up working at a newspaper and I married a redhead. So
true.
There we go. See, I am Spider-Man, bitches.
He's not. He's about as coordinated as nothing.
I could not climb
I love him
buildings.
dearly, but he's this.
He's
not very flexible or coordinated. Anyway,
I am the unamazing Spider-Man. Thank you everybody for the comments. I'm trying to keep up, guys. Dragon Volador, hey, good to see you. Neon Sensors, headless action figures. Lando needs to be headed. Lando needs some head. We have to put head.
Okay, yeah, let's stop the jokes.
That's a hashtag. Lando needs head.
There you go.
Lando needs head.
Don't give my
Mick Shork, thank you. Remember when being Irish was considered a minority? That's the poor geeky, yeah?
Well,
where's all the Irish representation? My great-grandma's name is on Ellis Island. That's awesome. I think my great-grand... I don't know. She's from
Ask
Sweden.
my mother. My mother does genealogy.
She knows more about my family than I do.
She can tell you all kinds of stuff about
my great-grandma came from Sweden.
Mom's like this genealogy expert. Anyway,
so I'm assuming she went through Ellis Island. I don't know. I have no idea.
Can we talk about some other stuff now?
Let's talk about this.
We have one more there to read.
We got one more.
I have some other things we got to cover. Some funny things. I want to talk about some funny things.
Zan, thank you. Didn't have to do that. 2016, I'm the worst year ever. No year can out-top me. 2020, hold my golf club.
True.
Going in dry, boys. Going in dry. Okay, so what's this?
Oh, okay. This is funny. I just put in here for something funny. So apparently, it says it's one of those "Am I?" The asshole.
Am I? Is that what that means?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I am, and I completely.
So yes, he is, and I'll vouch that. No, I'm sorry. Anyway, he's taking a drink. So apparently, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's funny. This is just for kicks and giggles. It was trending on Twitter. Someone wanted to know if they were the a-hole for choosing Funko Pops over their wife.
Yes.
Now, if you read the thing, it talks about how basically his wife knew that he collected the Funko Pops, that she was fine with it. She even bought him some Funko Pops before they got married, and then when they got married, now she's mad because he's spending $500 a month buying Funko Pops, and they both have jobs. He doesn't see the problem with it, but he spends the entire article, and then she went to her sister's house. Now she's threatening divorce, but he spends most of the article talking about how his beloved Funko Pops. More than he talks about loving his wife.
Is he shoving these Funko Pops up his ass?
I don't know.
Because that's the only way. I mean, this is. Now, you knew I had no, you enabled my Transformer problem.
I did.
When we first got married, that was before we got married, Geeky bought me Transformers. And then we wound up with like 600 or 800 of them in our apartment. And like,
yeah, but I didn't mind them, except for I had to clean them. Because guess what? To clean those all the time and dust them and all that. It wasn't him. He's trying to think of something smart to say, and he can't.
I can't think of anything smart to say. I'm out of smart, and I want some more booze.
No, but I'll tell you what, they creeped me out because we were in the bed. They were in the bedroom, and they'd always be watching you. So like, like
Megatron and Starscream.
You're like, let's get busy. And
everybody knows Starscream likes to watch. Come on.
It was really weird. So anyway, that's the reason I shared this, because I thought it was funny.
I can't get the cap off of this booze. There we go.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
Staggerbore, thank you. TTG passes as a kid show, yet they censor others. Teen Titans Go. Yeah, I don't know. It's very
there's some things on
uneven.
That
It's a very uneven. $500 a month on Funko Pop. So, I don't know. I'm mixed on that, because part of me is like, if you know who you're marrying and you know that they have certain hobbies. You got to kind of take that into consideration, because you don't want somebody to like give up who they are. But at the same time, when you're more excited about your damn pop vinyls,
I think that's what her whole problem was. It was that he was so, he's like, fine. I think she's being ridiculous. But he spends most of the article talking about how much he loves his Funko Pops.
It could be. It could be.
I can see her being upset.
Yeah, it could be. It could be worse. It could be. I don't know, like a
To
Barbie
be fair,
collection.
though, Neon was on Transformer boards and stuff all the time, and when we first got married and was obsessed with Transformers so much, I joked that I was going to put Decepticons and Autobot symbols in my underwear, so he'd pay more attention.
Oh, God, don't tell people that.
It's the truth. I said it.
But then, Starscream likes to watch. Put that on a shirt. Yeah. Oh, my God.
You know what to say now. You're just like, okay.
So funk sexual, yeah. Hey, Anthony. So anyway, so we sold the entire massive Transformer collection. We put a down payment on our house, and Geeky
I sold my ponies too. It wasn't just a one-sided thing. I had My Little Ponies, and I sold my Little Ponies as well, so we could get the house.
I do play video games. I don't play them as much as I used to. But I try it because, I love RPGs, and I know if I start an RPG, I'm gonna want to finish it. You know, because you always want to start what you finish. But
well, I recommend it.
Finish what you start. God, what's in
I
this?
recommend finishing what you start.
Yeah, because that would be
especially
really.
as a woman.
That would be very disappointing.
So, Warwolf says 80 She-Ra is really the only She-Ra that matters. Failure will be forgotten in a year or two. I agree. I think people are still excited about the original. So, I recommend picking up Nick Spencer's ASM run. Peter and Mary Jane are back together, and it's been great. Yay!
After 6 years of marriage, that's when you find out the real kinks. Now my wife likes chasing me around, spraying her breast milk at me like a super soaker.
Well, that sounds like a mess. I would not want to clean that up. I mean, just because it would be sticky. Make sure, so Neon uses... I was reading his comment. And you.
I'm sorry.
Neon uses toys differently than others. Well, yeah, he does. But that's for different reasons. Anyway, what else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about aliens. Talk about the aliens thing. Are you going to talk about that?
Well, we'll go.
And then we have some Disney stuff.
Here we go. Where is it? There we go. All right, so here everybody's like, why is aliens problematic? Be damned if I know.
Yeah,
I don't know
either.
Why is anything problematic? So this is coming from The Sun, and we'll actually go find the listing for aliens. Sky Cinema has warned viewers that The Jungle Book, Aladdin, Dumbo, and Aliens have outdated values as broadcasters axe TV shows and films that do not fit today's narrative. Subscribers received a disclaimer from the media giant that some of its content has outdated attitudes, language, and cultural depictions which may cause offense today. I'm trying to figure out exactly what in Aliens was so damn offensive. The Jungle Book was classified as outdated. I can see some of the Jungle Book being outdated. Aladdin.
Well, they had some stereotypes in their songs, but they had changed that years ago.
Yeah, so here's some of the movies that got the warning. Breakfast at Tiffany's, probably because of Mickey Rooney's Asian
I never saw
character.
it. So
Okay, The Goonies.
I'm sure you saw it though.
Aladdin.
Audrey Hepburn, right?
Yeah.
Henry Cavill, back at you. Anyway.
Okay. Well, yeah, but see, you don't have to worry about me running off with Audrey Hepburn because she's dead. Henry Cavill's still out there. Henry Cavill and his ass are still out there, and his ass might be looking for Geeky one of these days.
I doubt it.
We'll run into him at a convention, and that'll be it. That'll be the end of Clownfish TV. Neon will get the couch. Geeky will run off with Clownfish TV, and suddenly
I will run off Clownfish TV. Oh, I'll take Clownfish TV with me.
Yes, and you'll have Henry Cavill
and Henry Cavill
as your co-host, and then everybody's gonna be like, "Why the hell does Neon sound British?" All of a sudden,
that wouldn't happen. Anyway,
so the Goonies, Aladdin, Dumbo, Gone with the Wind, Lawrence of Arabia, Tropic Thunder, that doesn't surprise me. Jazz Singer, Littlest Rebel, Lone Ranger, Balls of Fury, The Jungle Book, Flash Gordon, and Last Samurai. So this is what gets me, right? Anything that's not current year is all of a sudden problematic. And we don't have a problem with that because I think most people understand if a movie is freaking 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, it's going to have some differences in it from a modern day. But this is so ridiculous. This goes along with just like wiping out history.
This is like why we have warning labels on things like curling irons. Like, don't insert this into your body. Well, why would you? Why is there a warning label there? Don't drink shampoo. No shit. You know, it's like that.
This film has outdated attitudes, language, and cultural depictions, which may cause offense today.
Oh, here, someone. You know what? This is funny. Someone here said that. Where did I see it? This one person said about canceling Roots because it's problematic. You know, I thought that too. I said, since they're canceling all this stuff that was Civil War related, are they canceling all the movies and shows that were more modern? Because they should be problematic.
It should be.
Because, history is problematic and needs to be canceled.
Missed one. DCV Titan is simple. Hudson asks Vasquez if she's ever been mistaken for a man. Ignoring the part, Vasquez responds, no, have you? Oh, that's the problem? That's the problem.
That's the whole problem with the movie?
Apparently. I don't know.
I had a tweet up, and I was wondering, is it because that it blows the narrative that strong female characters didn't exist before 2015 out of the water? And
I had that pulled up.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said Aliens now has a warning about outdated attitudes and cultural depictions. Does that apply to Ripley being a strong female lead before some people decided that strong female leads didn't happen until 2015, or does that mean disregard it and pretend she wasn't? Asking for a friend. Actually, my friend was Neon. No.
Yeah, actually,
for myself.
Actually, what offended me was Alien Covenant, where they retconned the origin of the aliens. That was offensive to me. I was offended, and I ignore that one. That's a possible history that I hope they delete. Anyway, so what else do we got here? We got Luke's yellow retcon lightsaber.
So apparently Marvel is giving Luke a yellow lightsaber between where he lost his hand in this lightsaber in Empire Strikes Back to when he gets one in Return of the Jedi. So now he's got a yellow one because apparently people were upset about, Rey having the yellow lightsaber because it was supposed to be like a rare color that was only like certain people had. So to try to quote unquote probably fix this and make it more quote unquote fair, they have now given Luke a yellow lightsaber for no apparent reason.
Because the toy had one?
That's what people said. All I can think of. Because it's like, that or they're trying to be like, well, how would Rey get a yellow lightsaber? She didn't earn it. Well, Luke had one too, so shut up. So
that's exactly, this is such bullshit. Star Wars is such a joke now. Someone says, Thundercat said that they silently removed Tropic Thunder. This is after Robert Downey Jr. was on Joe Rogan and said that he thinks Tropic Thunder would totally be able to happen today. And we watched a censored version of it the other night. It was on, and we started watching it. I'm like, there's no way in hell that any of this would fly today.
Community was just a few years ago, and half the stuff on there would be like bad. I love that show because they're like us. They just say it like it is and make jokes about it.
And Community predicted the bullshit that's going down in Dungeons and Dragons when you let the Karens.
They predicted a lot of bullshit.
A lot of it. It's so ridiculous, and then you look at what's actually going on right now in pop culture, and they called it. They totally called it. The Jedi Guardian color, yeah. So apparently he got, and that was the thing. People were like, well, Rey definitely was not a Jedi Guardian. Community is awesome. But Star Wars is toast. I have, again, it doesn't matter how good something looks at this point. I am so over Star Wars.
Yep.
It's just dead to me. It's dead to me. I mean, I don't care.
I like original trilogy. I still will. I mean, that's my thing.
Well, Empire is supposed to be coming back to theaters.
I like the books. So even if they said that they no longer exist, F that. I will cling to my books and be happy about some certain ones. But anyway, speaking of what were you laughing about?
Oh no, Joe Rogan stole some dwarves in Bangkok one night in Bangkok.
What?
Dwarves.
What are you talking about?
Kinky things with dwarves in Bangkok.
Oh. Okay, I don't want to know. TMI. Anyway,
what happens in Bangkok stays in Bangkok.
Apparently. Okay, so Disney, speaking of Disney and some of the questionable choices they make.
All right, so what are we talking
So
about?
a couple things going on with Disney. Well, one, they put out a list of what's going to be available for attractions. Now there's a rumor also going around that they're not going to be doing the Fast Pass Plus. Well, that's not a rumor, that's confirmed. But the rumor part is that they aren't doing virtual queuing either, so you're going to be in regular queues. Which to me is really dumb because that if they're supposed to be doing social distancing, I mean, granted, the queues move a hell of a lot faster without the Fast Pass Plus, but I'm just like, how's that going to work?
Rise of the Resistance was very overrated, and people get so pissed at us for saying that. We actually wrote it.
It's good.
Okay.
It's cool. I wouldn't ride it all the time. Like, if I had to wait in line for 3 hours, I wouldn't do it.
Hell no. Beer to me. Beer me too, Brett. See,
he can't drink.
Wait, I should drink more often, and then I would be I'm like Peter Griffin on the piano. The more I drink, the better off I am.
With your family history, you shouldn't. Anyway,
beer me too, Brett. When I saw The Last of Us 2 leaks, I was reminded of The Godfather. They massacred my boy. Dave M, thank you. Didn't have to do that. We need to change the dating system from BR before racism to AR after racism. So it's okay to watch new movies with no fear of being offended, right?
Right, except for there's a lot of racist movies out there either way.
And a comic geek, thank you. Found your channel thanks to a friend. I'm sorry. And I have to say I've liked your videos so far, especially since some want to be real life Marcy Darcy's. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it feels like. It feels like, remember from Married with Children?
Yes.
She was offended by everything.
That's exactly
she was like. Proto Karen.
It's like there's no reason anymore. But anyway, Disney fans are, but beyond the Disney stuff, it's funny because we talked often about the Pixie Dusters and about how no matter we get crap all the time because we dare call out anything that isn't like 100% Disney's always always right, Disney's the bestest ever. Well, I was on there are Disney boards out there and we're pass holders, and so it got really funny in the comments because I think people are turning. I think many are turning, so I have some of those. I'm going to paraphrase. I'm not reading exact comments.
Okay, can I read this one first?
Go ahead.
Okay, Shelby, thank you. You didn't have to do that. What if you guys get a divorce on one side of the court, geeky with the kids on the other side of the court, Neon and his Transformers singing little chairs?
I take the Transformers too. No, I'm kidding. I would.
She would. She'd be like, yeah, I would go buy a new car.
Well, it depends what he did to deserve the divorce.
Ale says hi.
Hi.
Shoved a pop vinyl up my ass.
Because it probably wouldn't be me. Anyway.
That's what I did. And I put it on a pay to stream site.
No, you put up your button and you sold them that way. Because some people sell bathwater.
Oh, God.
Hey,
Oh, God, no.
Gwyneth Paltrow's selling a new candle called Her Orgasm. It smells like her orgasm.
How does she know?
I don't know. And I mean, I'm sure it doesn't smell like flowers and fruit. So I'm just like...
I smell a whiff of mango. What have you been doing? I've been at work all day. Is Henry Cavill under the bed?
No, that wouldn't be mango. That would be like, I don't know. What would he smell like? He wouldn't be mango. No.
Oh, for God's sake. Just read your Disney thing.
He wouldn't smell like mangoes. He feel more manly than that. Anyway, so you're dying over here. Look at his face. Okay, so apparently someone put up something that was basically like, Disney is listening and cares about us. To which the comments to this, I was so happy because this is a board of people that are there all the time and they're starting to not buy into the bullshit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to paraphrase as much as I can. Someone's like, they don't. They care about money. And their actions are done specifically to make you feel the most comfortable by spending as much money as you possibly can.
Yep.
And then someone had said that they agree, but the cast members are, they do care about the guests, as do some of the, people that are like the executives in the parks, but it's the higher ups that don't give a shit. They only care about money. What are you laughing about?
Henry Cavill smells like spotted dick. Where have you been, Henry? Where have you been?
Okay, anyway. They said they basically just don't want to get into legal issues, and then someone asked them if they got their comment from the Disney Bible. That one I laughed really hard at.
Fucking Mickey. People
were complaining about they spent all this money for a pass that they're supposed to be able to go for annual passes, because annual passes are supposed to be allowed. You pay the money so you can go anytime you want. The more you pay, the more the less blockout dates you have, and it's just so you can go as often as you'd like. And now basically they're like, well, you only can go 3 days in a row if you can get in at all. But here's they're sending annual pass holders a magnet to make up for the fact that you can't use your pass half the time. But by the way, it's only one per household. So if you have 4 annual pass holders in your household, you get 1 magnet. That's like the Ghostbusters. Here's a mug and balloons for the kids, and it's like limit 1 per
for $1,200 pass per person. Yeah.
So then they said someone said they're saying as magnets they must care. We pass holders can't go to the parks when we want without reservation, but geez, they get a magnet. Someone's like, I'm not crying, it's just fairy dust in my eyes. Maybe they cared 20 years ago, but now they want money. And then someone's like, all this negativity from these so-called Disney fans. Maybe it seems like they don't care because they're just trying to figure things out.
No, they're panicking.
And then they got this big shill comment, and I joked, and I'm like, "What are you drinking the Kool-Aid?" And someone posted right underneath it a meme with the Kool-Aid man going, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah.
I love it. They locked this whole thread down, by the way.
Of course they did.
So the ones that Disney's a business, they only do use the shareholders in the bottom line. I love Disney, but I don't trick myself into thinking there's something else. They said the one person was trying to get a refund, and they were on the phone with Disney. Now the Disney lines to get somebody are like hours long. And they said that basically that they don't know how much the refunds are going to be because the people that did the refunds were furloughed.
We can't process your refund because we laid everybody's ass off.
Everybody's gone. And then they talked about how they're on the hold for like 2 to 3 hours, and then one person was on there for over 2 hours and they hung up on them. So this goes on and on. It's just, basically these people are just turning on Disney. And I just think it's hilarious because it's all the stuff we've been saying. Welcome to the dark side. It's the same stuff we've been saying. It's just calling out the actual, the truth. The truth is not,
How long till they take down Walt's statue?
There you go.
All right, so
I just wanted to share because it was funny.
That is funny. The pixie dust is wearing off. Shadowstar, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Why must we lower our standards to coddle society's most idiotic members? I'm no social Darwinist, but at some point people must either learn or suffer consequences.
I agree.
Come to the dark side. Let's see. We got some things. Shelby, that shelf with all the Disney stuff is just for target practice, right? Since you guys hate, that's right.
That's only a tiny bit too. You should see Neon's massive amount of pins.
I got drawers full of pins.
Yes, and I have an ear problem, a Disney Alexani bracelet problem. I mean, we have tons and tons of stuff as far as Disney's concerned over the course of the last 15 years.
Jason Wiz, thank you. Damn, that sucks. I have to go take care of the folks right now. Make dinner.
Well,
all right. Well,
have fun.
Awesome.
Make a good dinner.
Yeah, we had some other. Did I miss? I hope I didn't miss anybody. I think I might have missed some people. Oh, here we go. Thomas Stein, you should both drink on stream and then have your kids supervise. That'd be funny. That would be.
No, that would not be funny.
You're aware by scrolling the chat on your screen. You're also sharing all the comments that should be deleted. Probably. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're not getting divorced yet.
A lot of times we don't even get to see who. Some of them should be shown, and we just never get a chance to click on them.
Get you there because we're old school. Okay. Let's see. Did we get everybody? Wire must be lower. Shelby. I thought we had another one on here. All right. If I'm missing one, let me know.
He'll hopefully see it because he keeps scrolling past the comments.
I'll hopefully see it. Come to the dark side. We have cookies. So what else do we got here?
I don't know. You tell me. Oh, about Eskimo pies. Do you have that up?
I do have Eskimo pies.
Okay, so now Eskimo pies are problematic.
Eskimo pies are problematic.
So, they already got rid of, Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben. And Mrs. Butterworth.
And Mrs. Butterworth,
I always
she's
thought Mrs.
white.
Butterworth was like a grandma or something. It wasn't like, yeah.
I thought she was supposed to be like Hazel from the old show.
Now they're going to get rid of Eskimo pies because it's derogatory. And in other news, the new She-Ra show turned Frosta into an Eskimo because, we have to stereotype. So one's allowed and one's not.
Yeah, I don't Eskimo pie. What is this, like, ditch your mascot year, I guess? Because they got rid of the Land O'Lakes Indian. Mm-hmm. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest. I didn't even notice. You know?
Yeah.
But Toucan Sam, that bastard's got to go. He is a stereotype.
How about Tony the Tiger? He's putting unrealistic expectations on kids, telling them they're great.
Oh, my God, no, because tigers are problematic because of Tiger King.
Oh, that's right. He's in a zoo somewhere. I hear Tony's in a zoo.
Tony the Tiger King. Oh, that'd be.
So, but they're going to get rid of Eskimo Pie, the logo,
pies.
because they're going to change the brand because of the problem. But like I said, while some people were screaming about changing that, meanwhile the new She-Ra show took the Frosta character, and because she had ice powers, they stereotyped her into an Eskimo type character, and I'm like, and that's okay. And this is what pisses me off. This whole stereotyping double standard bullshit that we getting out of Hollywood. We saw the same thing. We're going to see the same thing with Snake Eyes. We mentioned it before. The new G.I. Joe Snake Eyes movie coming out. Snake Eyes was always blonde with the blonde hair, blue-eyed. That was the point. He was done by an Asian American man who made him. I can't talk because your alcohol. And so
I can't talk because of your alcohol.
That's right. And now they're going to turn around and make him Asian because he's a ninja, so he'd have to be. But that's not problematic. But the blonde hair, blue-eyed guy being a ninja was.
He was supposed to be an outsider. That was part of his story.
Point.
That was part of his story.
So this whole double standard pisses me off.
Queen Clarity, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Welcome to the dark side. We have cookies. We do. And Pez.
We have Pez?
Too.
I didn't get Pez.
Toucan Sam is bi.
There you go.
Tony is a sexual figure. People like to, oh God. Oh my God.
What about Snap, Crackle, and Pop?
There's just a whole lot of problems going on there because we don't know if they're friends, brothers, or significant others.
Right. But they're also white, so that's a problem. Keebler elves. That's not creepy at all. They like to play with fudge a lot.
Are they from Bangkok? Joe Rogan know about this? Somebody should send him a pack of fudge cookies and say, remember Bangkok, Joe. Remember Bangkok.
Earlier, Squid King said that he's expecting Cracker Jack to fully be discontinued as well because,
Oh my God. Friends, brothers, or significant others. Snowshoe pie. So I can't even get over the I mean, look, I don't really care about the mascots. It's just people they've just gone overboard with canceling everything. We're going to talk a little bit about that too. God, here's a good example. Marvel has to apologize for being insensitive.
Why?
Because they put up a picture of a statue of Captain America from a game.
Why is that insensitive?
Because now...
There's got to be a reason. That! Oh, yeah, I heard about that. God.
Heroes Park once celebrated the Avengers coming from Marvel's official account, but has since been defaced. Despite the AIM drones that surveil the area, there are still people who believe they pay their respects to Captain America.
How dare you? Because now you're
should be tearing that down.
You're picking on people who are defacing things. That's not right. How dare you?
Oh, my God. This is just crazy. People are getting
a good point. They said Snap Crackle. This is going along with their whole idea about Eskimos and She-Ra.
Yeah.
According to that mentality, Snap Crackle and Pop should have been Asian because they sell rice. And the thing is, we say that in jest. They'll probably do that next.
No, they'll just take it. What's going to happen is we're just going to have every box of cereal or pancakes or whatever is going to look like store brand. It's just going to say cereal, rice cereal, pancake batter mix, great value. Everything's great value now. So yeah, Chris Ruff said, "Yikes! Read the room. This sucks. Damn, that's stupid. Well, that's not some shit. Maybe don't do this right now. 4 hours later, it's still up. It's still up. How dare you?
But you look at the picture above of Hulk. He looks like he belonged to the last of us.
Hulk is taking it from behind by Neil Druckmann right now. Without lube. Without lube.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Pancake syrup. Yeah, you put syrup on pancakes. I don't like pancakes.
He doesn't. He doesn't like a lot of things.
I didn't know Aunt Jemima was a thing. I don't like potatoes.
You didn't know Aunt Jemima was a thing?
I didn't know she was still a thing. I thought she was a thing, and then I remember there being Backlash back in the 80s.
There's always Backlash.
And I thought she disappeared. I thought they got rid of her back then. I'll be honest. It was like one of those things where you like hear a celebrity die, and you're like, I thought they were dead already. Well, I thought Aunt Jemima got gone already, because I remember there being controversy about Aunt Jemima like 30 years ago. Anyway, waffles are better than pancakes.
Do you know why she has big hands?
All the better to fist you with.
I was going to say because of Hulk. Sorry.
Oh my God, you actually could Photoshop those together and get one hell of an image. Yeah. So anyway, they had to apologize. They had to apologize for putting up a statue of Captain America. People paying tribute to Captain America. Read the room. They gradually lighten the skin tone. I thought Aunt Jemima went from being a caricature to a businesswoman.
I have no idea.
I remember they modernized her.
I understand the reasoning. I really do. But like you said, I thought it was fixed a long time ago.
I don't eat pancakes, so I don't really pay attention. I know Mrs. Butterworth is a thing, because I always thought it was weird that you take this poor woman and you take the cap off her head and you pour her brains out.
I used to think it was weird that she'd talk to you in the commercials and they'd be like,
the children are fine.
Your waffles and pancakes and pour me all over it. And I'm just like, what's wrong with you?
Pour some sugar on me.
Yeah, that's what that's based on.
Apexilin? Cancel pizza. It's cultural appropriation as Italian. Great show, as always. Alcohol helps. Thank you. Thank you for that. So, yeah, Captain America also canceled. What else do we have here?
I don't know. You tell me. You pulled all this up.
Oh, Doctor Who.
Yeah. This is important. Well, not really, but I'm like, it's relevant.
Gary from Nerdrotic put a video out a couple of days ago. Will they cancel Doctor Who because Doctor Who uses a police call box? It's tone deaf.
Is that what the problem with it is? Not that it's bullshit.
No. He's wondering how long until people call for the cancellation.
Oh, they won't because it's a female doctor now. And she's always pointing out how bad everybody is except for her.
So what will they do? They'll just change the TARDIS, because the TARDIS, the reason it looks the way it does is the chameleon circuit's broken. So it's been stuck as a police box for
Well, they'll suddenly fix it now. It'll be something else. And then they'll wonder why they don't have views. I mean, they have less views than they already have. They wonder how they got into negative viewership.
I don't think I'm trying to think what they turned it into. What, like a refrigerator?
No, you can't do that. Women in fridge.
I don't know. But Doctor Who, because of social distancing, Doctor Who can't be made to the current standard. No, you can just end it. You can just put a period on that. Doctor Who can't be made to the current standard. Doctor Who can't be made to standards anymore.
She hasn't been made to standards for a while now.
It has not been up to standard for a couple of years now.
For a lot of viewers. So
anyway, under social distancing, says the boss. And then we'll quietly cancel it, and we'll blame the climate on the police box. That's what we'll do. Dragon Bolador, where's the flying turtle? I like flying turtles. Turtles are awesome. So here, Doctor Who might be delayed because of the lockdown. It's been the question on many Whovians' lips. The ones that are left. Ever since
you said many, you mean the few.
It's been a question on many Whovians' lips. Those that are left since the coronavirus pandemic forced the rest of TV productions to shut down. And while socially distanced TV is now beginning to film again, a BBC executive has cast doubt on whether Doctor Who could return under those circumstances.
Well, I'm sure it's true. They're not going to have it filmed in time because of stuff.
It's not going to have anything to do with Backlash.
It'll be because of everything. That's the excuse. Birds of Prey didn't do that great because of COVID, even though it had nothing to do with it. They're always going to make it's always COVID's fault.
It's always COVID. Everything is going to be blamed on COVID.
It's going to be 10 years from now, and whatever happened that year is still COVID's fault.
Yep, it'll be down to social distancing. A production like that, which at any point employs hundreds of people, freelance and staff, I don't believe it can be made to current standards in a socially distanced environment.
It hasn't been at current standards for a while.
Yeah. So it depends on when you think social distancing is going to... And now they did this before. They split the seasons on Doctor Who because it's expensive. Or was expensive until they decided to just park it on Earth and not actually go to alien planets and shit.
Because all 4 fans and 1 cat.
All 4 fans and 1 cat. Yeah, Gary called that out. Yeah, so they'll probably just quietly cancel Doctor Who and be like, oh, it had nothing to do with the fandom and the backlash and the ratings drop. It's because of COVID. It's because of COVID. Now, Captain. I'm gonna say Captain Who. What the hell am I talking about?
I don't know. I ask you that daily. Captain. What the hell are you talking about?
Captain. Well, that's how they could get around. They could promote Aunt Jemima. She could be Captain Jemima.
Captain Jemima? No, I don't think that's gonna work.
That's not gonna work. Anyway, Doctor Who. She's a doctor. Doctor Who can turn into animals now.
Oh yes, that's true. That's what they're saying according to their radio drama.
According to one of the spin-off animated something, Doctor Who has turned into animals before.
So maybe now that the Doctor regenerates into an animal, the Doctor can get in the TARDIS and go back to save Aunt Jemima.
What?
No, she'll be like the real episode of why Aunt Jemima's terrible and how man is bad.
No, that's because she's American. They don't like Americans, Doctor Who. They did how
many episodes? They're basically using American politics into it.
Yeah, but they do fake America. Like they did fake America with the Daleks Take Manhattan. They did fake America San Francisco.
Well, maybe she'll be Aunt Jemima. I don't know.
That's somehow worse. Okay, Rory Umbreon says, it's a mad, mad world because we unfortunately have to live in it. Things will only get worse before they get better. I don't know. You'd think the money would run out at some point. Johnny Perry, thank you. Didn't have to do that. People got quarantined for a little and spent the time making a list of crap to cancel after. That's true.
Orcs. I still love orcs.
I'm going to talk about that.
And Mike, I still say, if you were inserting minorities into orcs and saying that's what orcs represent, the problem is with you. So, what kind of bad person are you? Because I never looked at an orc and thought, well, that's clearly this minority group. I have never done that.
Yeah, so Doctor Who, she's put on ice for a while, which is fine because I'm not watching it because I think the show is hot trash, and we know how bad hot trash smells because I just went outside and it's pretty bad. It's like 95 out there. It sucks. All right, so talking about cancellation, talking about how it works. So there's this website called Everything Board Games.
Okay.
And because the webmaster would not issue a formal political statement about...
Because they were trying to not make it political?
Right, because they just want to play games.
Right. You can't do that. Everything has to be political even when you're not.
No, so because they would not issue a formal declaration of their political stance, 17 staff members left Everything Board Games after the current owner, Lake Leafty, not only refused to issue a statement in support of BLM, but also said such a statement would just be virtue signaling.
Because he didn't, so he basically didn't want to look like he was being, insincere in his statement.
Yeah, which I think that's a pretty fair stance to take for most people. It's like, but why are we seeing these companies rush to put out statements?
This is why.
This is why, because their staff will leave or they'll get called out on Twitter, So they left. Yeah, 17 staffers left.
They're volunteers.
Mostly volunteers. Oh my God,
there's
this is a
Kotaku problem there,
story?
dude. You shouldn't be paying people. Anyway.
Yeah, I know, right? So wait, this is like the volunteer union?
Apparently.
They unionize, these volunteers unionize. We're quitting because you wouldn't get political. Wow. Okay, so they left. In response, Everything Board Games owner Lake Leafty issued a statement of his own, and it's something, ... something. Leafty calls their statement false and defamatory, despite the fact it's merely calling for something that was never forthcoming, and calls their publishing of the above statement...
So this clearly is a bias on this article.
Yeah.
It's Kotaku.
It's Kotaku.
God, okay.
Of course it is.
I didn't even see it was Kotaku.
They weren't even employees. Yeah, Random Jasmine, they weren't. They were just...
No.
A lot of these websites...
volunteers demanding something. I mean, because they always say that you shouldn't talk about religion or politics, and there's a reason why they say it. And this is an example of why they say it. Anyway.
Yeah, a lot of companies were slow to release statements because they weren't sure, kind of where things were at, and anyway. But it's just a website, and they're like, you didn't release a statement. We're all quitting.
We're all quitting. How can you quit when you're not?
That's like having your forum members quit. Like, oh my God, you didn't say something fast. And that happened too. There was a gaming convention that they released a statement, but it didn't come fast enough, and so they canceled the whole damn event.
Yeah.
Because the vendors pulled out because it wasn't like that damn day. You need to do it that day.
Because they said so.
Let's not actually spend some time and put out a message that has some thought put into it. That's actually our feelings.
Maybe you're going to say what you're going to do to do, like, demonstrative efforts and things like that. No, you have to put a generic statement out.
Brand.
Just to make sure.
Message,
yeah, the brand message, just to make sure you get it out there. Doesn't have to have any substance behind it, just that you said it.
Make sure Twitter doesn't look in your direction. And at the end of the day, I think that's what this is about. Make sure Twitter isn't looking
to go. I'm sorry, but Twitter really needs to go.
But he said the website wants to refrain from getting involved in advocating certain positions in regard to politics.
They want to say apolitical.
Yeah, but then he said, and this is Kotaku's opinions, before showing his true colors by calling any statement in support of BLM virtue signaling.
I'm sorry, but it depends on what where you're coming from. If you're coming from an honest, sincere place and you honestly mean it, that's not virtue signaling. If you're just slapping something up there that's just a basic generic cut and paste from somebody else because you want to put a message out there as people shut up, that is virtue signaling because you don't really care about it. You're just saying you do.
Here's part of his statement, and I don't think he's wrong. He said, everything board games, we're committed to our core mission, which is to help bring gamers and the games they love together, to create a space and community where we can hang out together and just have fun.
Everybody gets along like they usually did before
just
2020.
Like last year, yeah. We believe this is especially important right now as we live in a time of political and social unrest.
And people play games to escape.
Yes. In order to make this happen, Everything Board Games has chosen to refrain from getting involved or advocating certain positions in regard to politics, religion, or any other hot topic. So it's not like it's just that particular topic. They're just like, we're not talking religion, we're not taking political stands, whatever. So 17 people.
So because we're here about playing games and everybody getting along, we're not here to be divisive, and and that's a bad thing.
I hate the heat. Thank you. Didn't have to do that.
We hate the heat too.
Yeah, we hate the heat too, man. That's why we got the fan run. It seems like a lot of white people are being offended by a lot of things not related to them.
Yes, I would agree with you 100% on that.
How very dare you? He said the other reason we won't make a statement is because we believe in you, our community. To make the statement those reviewers demanded would be for us to assume that there are those in our community who are hateful, racist bigots. This directly contradicts the experiences we've had within our community. It sounds like a pretty reasonable thing to say. Like, look, we don't want to drag politics into it.
We don't want to pander and be insincere.
Yeah, we don't want to be insincere. I mean, you're better off, I would say either saying something that's, genuinely heartfelt and showing how you're going to make changes.
But they're not. These brands are just like, we're...
Copy, paste.
Yeah.
Leave us alone, Twitter. Just leave us alone, Twitter.
No, copy, paste, give us your money now.
Give us your money.
Even though we've behaved in ways contrary to what we're saying now, many times before this, like Disney, for example, we're now going to put a statement out that's going to fix everything, give us your money. And now they're trying to, Disney's been doing this for a while. These other companies have been doing it for a while. And I think that when things like escapism, like games and movies and books and stuff, yeah, you can have some political things in it. But I think people are going there because they want to get away from what, things like Twitter. And then you go there and it's all Twitter 2.0. And it's like, I don't want to be here because it's not fun.
It's because we can see now, you see the bigger picture. Twitter is where all the journalists hang out, and the journalists... all the journalists that work for these websites, they all congregate on Twitter. That's how they get their blue checks. It is a network, Twitter is the head of the beast. As far as I'm concerned, this is when everything got crazy, was probably 4 or 5 years ago. Everybody kind of conspiring on Twitter. And then they would all go out to their blogs and stir up shit.
Backdoor groups and stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, just like Abby.
Debbie.
Debbie. We're going to call her Debbie. LT NetJack, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Best approach to SJWs is not back down. They're only interested in attacking easy targets.
I got one of them to back down off of me. One of the people, I'm not going to name names, one of the people that were like really pushing about the comic things, and they were like one of the extremist comic people. They tried to get into it with me. about some stuff, and I fought back, and they ended up backing down on me because I said, quite frankly, I have to catch a flight in the morning. I don't have time to listen to your bullshit. I'm busy. And they actually backed down. Like I got, and you were like, it was funny. Neon's the whole time just going, I know this person. Do not engage. Do not engage. I looked at him and I said, have you met me? So then I engaged.
Yeah. Well, I was just like, you're gonna cause yourself a lot of.
I didn't. They backed down. He backed down. I got them to back down. That's like, yeah. So.
There's comments.
It was funny, but I was like, have you met me?
Yeah, so I don't know, that's Kotaku. You know, we know where Kotaku is on things. But they weren't even paid staffers. They're just like, we're not giving you free work anymore because you didn't. You know,
we're not giving you free.
We're not giving you free. So this we can talk about just some of the general.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. You have to tell me because really... you pull all these up and these I have no knowledge of what you pulled up.
So we're gonna
I'm coming
go there.
in as surprised as all of you.
You're coming in dry.
That's right.
So comics is canceled. There's a list going around, as I understand it, of alleged creepy people in the comic book industry. Alleged
people that did sexual harassment.
Yeah, that thing. I
can say because I'm a woman.
Yeah, you can say because you're a woman. So that's coming out now on Twitter, and Twitter is canceling people. Sometimes they're not canceling them enough. Sometimes these people are canceling themselves. We've got former Dark Horse editor Brendan Wright is accused of it. I know, who else do we have here? We had Cameron Stewart, I think, was accused of it. And we've got Warren Ellis. Warren Ellis was accused. Warren Ellis issued an apology. And we talk about, the reason I brought this up is people are talking about apologizing.
What about the guy that was sending out dick pics that was on that he had his webcomic?
Oh, that was.
Is he on the list?
Yeah, he's on the list.
I would think
what's his name? He did the little DC Comics.
Because he was sending dick pics out to people.
Yeah, he was. Everybody knows about this. Look,
don't send dick pics.
Don't send dick pics. Yeah. So here's the thing. Like, anybody who's worked in comics for any amount of time knows that the comic book industry is kind of a shit show. So this is not surprising. In fact, I would postulate that there's a lot more weird shit going on in comics than what is being put out in public, and a lot of people who are the first in line with the torches to cancel other people probably have a lot of skeletons in their closet, because it seems like it's all deflection.
Well, somebody else brought up a point, and I agree with it. It's that they said, how come the women aren't on the list? That and you said the one woman was the one who said she flat out it herself. Who was that again?
Oh, that was there was the one that had bedside press in Canada.
Yeah, she was on the list too, I guess.
Yeah,
so
she canceled herself.
Women, but yeah.
Then there was the other one that canceled herself. It wasn't over sexual stuff, but she made her avatar too dark, and she canceled herself. Like, these people are just like burning themselves. It's kind of reminds me of Monty Python, where you answer the question wrong and you get thrown off the bridge. That's kind of what's going on. But Warren Ellis put a statement out. It wasn't enough for some people. Some people were very, very salty. I'm a fan of your work, but you hurt a friend of mine. This non-apology is shit. Looked like your lawyers cleaned it up for you.
Well, I'm sure their lawyers are involved.
I'm sure they are.
I'd be very surprised if they weren't.
No apology will ever be enough.
And, Don, you could have stopped with that. No apology for anything will ever be enough.
That must have been one rough struggle section. This is it. Somebody's like, you really didn't do anything wrong. Met women, chatted them up, tried to get intimate with them. They say no, you move on. That's what men have done for all of recorded history.
Well, I know there was one chick who probably wasn't on the list, but was married and was bragging at a convention we were at how she was getting her gigs was that she'd go at the bar and intercept the editors and make sure she got the drink to hand to them so she could smile and bat her eyes to get her gigs. True story.
This is 100% true, and that particular person, we're not going to name names, that particular person is actually on the cancel brigade. Yeah. That person leads the charge on some of the cancellations going on in comics, but that person was telling everybody else at this panel
that we were part of the panel
to use your sexual prowess to get gigs.
That's how she got herself in there. True. And she was married the whole time she did it. She went there deliberately to try to intercept to get herself a gig. So yes. And, that's why I get pissed. It's double standard bullshit. It's like, yeah, cancel people that are disgusting pigs. But the flip side is if you deliberately baited them to make them disgusting pigs, I mean, granted, they shouldn't have taken the bait, but that makes you just as guilty, I think. So, anyway.
You need to spill more beans. No, because I don't think our lawyer would approve of spilling the beans.
It happened.
We were in the comic book industry for years. Everybody talks, And we always, you know, I always had a day job, like a regular job, because comics makes you weird. The comic book industry makes you freaking weird. A lot of people who work in comics, I'm going to be honest, a lot of them, I don't think they could hold a day job. I think they can only work in comics because it's sort of like, I joked before, I said it's kind of like, you know, being in the carnival or something. You're kind of transient, you're doing the shows, you're going from gig to gig. There's not a lot of stability that attracts a certain kind of person who might already be kind of chaotic. And, you know, when you get a lot of people like that working in the same industry, some weird shit's gonna happen.
I've seen girls throw themselves at guys, and I was just like, why? Because I was like, ew. I was like, I don't get it, but okay, you do you, fam. I don't care, you know, but ooh.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Like, you can apologize. It's never enough. It's never enough. Once you're canceled, you're canceled. Now, they do back the hell off if you tell them to back the hell off. A lot of times they don't like being challenged. They're used to people just curling up and
because they said
giving
so.
up.
Yeah. No.
But if you actually push back and you're like, you know, fuck you, you want to tell me that to my face, then it might go a little differently.
Not always.
Yeah, not always.
But yeah, I took it. Well, if I had been a man, that person wouldn't have backed out.
No. Dark Flame 94, thank you, didn't have to do that. Sorry to bring it back up. Just want to add, I think the D&D changes were going to happen anyway because the Drow and the Goblins are super popular PC races now. Yeah, when I was a kid and I played D&D, they were monsters, and you killed them because they were monsters. But now they're clearly based on
minorities, and that if you look at those characters, you obviously see those minorities. And I was squeaking who said first. He's like, wait, if you look at one of these characters and you automatically think minority, the problem isn't with the character, it's with you. So
I think we should crowdfund a game and call it Orcs or Bastards.
There you go.
And just all the bastards, like you draw a card and here's a really shitty thing that an orc did that that orc needs to get bashed in the head for because they're horrible.
That's right, but you can't do that because clearly you're just making fun of certain races of people that don't exist.
Of fictitious monsters. So what else do we got? We got anything else? Or we gonna wrap? I think we're gonna wrap this up.
You tell me because you're the one that had all this stuff pulled up. I have no idea what you're talking about.
All orcs are bastards. Yeah, that's god, that'd get me in so much trouble. In so much trouble. I actually was thinking that in my head, but I didn't say it because I was like, no, that's not gonna play well. That's not gonna play well. I think we're gonna wrap this up. So check out the new, if you guys haven't already, go to shopclownfish.com.
I'm hopefully going to get, Neon to do some more merch. Check out the gaming channel.
Yeah, check out Clownfish TV Gaming.
Someday we'll do animation too. We have some cool ideas. We just have to actually get to it.
There's a lot of stuff going on in the background right now. We're trying to get things organized. We're going to be getting back into comics. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. We're just, one step at a time here. But we really absolutely appreciate the support. Frog lives matter. They do. Everyone have a wonderful rest of the day. Yeah. I need to get off here.
So we did it early enough so that everybody can go have more fun the rest of their day.
Go watch a movie. Oh, wait. You can't go to the movie theaters.
Soon you can. Oh, that's another thing. They were going to have the theaters. You weren't going to have to wear masks, but now because of the internet outrage, masks are required. I'm not getting into the whole mask debate, but because of that, now masks are required when theaters reopen. So there you go. You can go to the movie theaters soon.
Or just Netflix. That seems so much easier.
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill.
What are we going to do with Peacock again?
Cock and chill.
So cock and chill.
Yeah.
Cock and chill.
Cock it up with Peacock from NBC.
That's right. Okay, are we gonna wrap this up?
Yeah, they should. That's what they should subtitle the new Saved by the Bell. It should be Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. Cocked up.
There you go. It looks like it's cocked up, so that's a whole other story entirely. Anyway, so we're gonna let you guys go. Have fun. Have a good rest of your day. Make sure you check out other videos that come up in the gaming and all that. And if you want Disney news, you can go to piratesandprincesses.net and all that jazz.
Yeah.
And we'll give you an update on that situation with our trademark eventually. It's still in play right now. We'll let you know.
Very interesting turn of events with that, but we're not going to talk about it until we win.
Which it should be within a month.
Should be within a month.
Okay. Anyway.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
See ya, Jasmine. See ya. Cock and bell. Cock bell.
There you go.
Oh God, that sounds like something that somebody would buy and put on themselves.
It sounds like a disease. I had to see a doctor at my cock bell. Oh God.